We took a local home service business and packed their calendar full of qualified leads, all on autopilot. If you're spending money on paid ads, but your team aren't following up instantly with leads and following up constantly, you're burning through ad spend and wasting money. In this example, I'm going to show you how we ran the ads, qualified leads, booked them directly into sales calls, all on autopilot. The first step is getting the leads. We run the ad campaigns. So let me go through here, show you an example of the results that we got for this home service business. You can see we got 73 leads at an average of $7.30 per lead. Let me just refresh that so you can see that those are real results. And this would be typical for this industry. Now, we tested various examples. You'll see here that some of the leads in the testing phase, we had to turn them off. Some of the ads in the testing phase, we had to turn them off because they weren't performing. So these results are only going to improve. They're going to get better. The cost per lead is going to get cheaper. So to summarize, 73 leads in the last, if we go to here, the last 14 days, 64 leads we generated for this company at $7.77 per lead. Now, what happens after you get the lead is the important part, because it's very, very easy to generate leads using Meta, especially with its AI features. It's getting smarter and smarter. It does the heavy lifting and the work for you. But what happens when that lead comes in is what's paramount to your success, and that's where our AI comes in. Now, if we hop into go high level here, this is the back end that I want to show you, and the walkthroughs. Essentially, once a lead fills in a form, we tag them, we create an opportunity in the pipeline that I'm going to show you afterwards, and we send a notification, an internal WhatsApp to the company owner saying that they got a lead and that they can reach out if they wish. They're busy, they have work to do, they have other clients to look after. So we put this as optional. If they want to call, they can. But they also know that our AI on the back end is going to look after interacting with that lead. And we see here that this company is actually shut at the moment. So these 5 leads that have come in are actually waiting to be contacted within the opening hours of the company. So you'll see that we set here the opening hours of the company. The AI, none of this system will work outside of those opening hours or those set hours, because obviously we don't want to be bothering leads at 12 o'clock at night whenever they fill in the form. And all of this is designed essentially that once they are in our pipeline, we're going to keep messaging them until they reply and interact with our AI agent. This is the second workflow that we built for this company. Now, I don't want to go, this is a live workflow. I don't want to go in and I don't want to mess around with anything, but essentially an overview so that you can get your head around it is that if they fail to reply to our initial automated messages, we put them into a lead nurture step. So essentially there's one person in this step, and all we're doing is we're reaching out to them on WhatsApp, trying to initiate a conversation after 4 hours and after 1 day. It depends on your industry. We can make this more or less aggressive. I know other industries where it works every 30 minutes. You can interact with them, send them a message. But having consulted with the owner, they felt it was more appropriate to have a less aggressive method of getting incoming leads to reply to the WhatsApp messages. Now, the third workflow that we have in this system is what happens if they come through Instagram, Facebook, or any other channel that's not the Facebook or the Meta lead form. So what happens here is the customer will reply. So they can reply on WhatsApp, Instagram, any channel, and our AI agent will look after the interaction with them, with the objective of getting a phone number from them. Okay, so you can imagine if they come in through Instagram, we need to get a phone number in order to be able to book them onto an appointment, to be able to take them seriously as a lead. So our system will wait for 6 hours or until we get a phone number, and then we will add them to the sales pipeline, which I'm going to show you in a second. Now, if we look at the performance of the AI agent, We only launched this agent 7 days ago. A lot of these contacts here was testing, and they were previous contacts that have nothing to do with this campaign. Now, we've managed to book 23 meetings for this company using this agent alone with no human input, because this agent has direct access to the calendar, the business owner's calendar. And we can see here that there was 3 meetings booked on the 3rd, on the 4th it booked 11, 3 here on the 5th, and basically this is operating on autopilot now for this company. Now, the 2 biggest improvements we made for this company was implementing AI into their business and giving them a sales pipeline. Before this, they had literally no idea when a lead came in, where it was coming from, what stage of the sales cycle it was in, what was the full value of the leads that they had, the leads that they hadn't followed up with, and they were missing a bit of global vision. To give you a concrete example, yesterday I called the business owner and I said, look, if you have time today, can you start calling some of the AI replied? Because what's happened here is they've come into the sales pipeline, AI has interacted with them. It hasn't managed yet to book them on a sales call, but they've showed interest because they've replied, they've responded, and it would be a good idea if you can to give them a call. Now, he also knows that our AI agent is going to continue following up with them. But sometimes people need to speak to a human. It always helps to pick up the phone and reach out. So this was up at around 12,000 yesterday, and there was a lot less appointments booked. So what happened here is the business owner saw, okay, these are warm leads, there's a good chance they're going to convert. Pick up the phone, give them a call. Without this pipeline and without this information, they would have been missed, they wouldn't have been picked up. Essentially, all that happens in the sales pipeline is a new lead comes in from a lead form, we tag them, and they enter here as new lead. So we know that there's 24 opportunities that essentially they've come in, but they haven't replied to the AI agent. We're going to keep reaching out to them, but they haven't interacted with our AI agent. These 12 leads here for us are warm. They're warmer leads because they've interacted with the AI agent and we've tagged them. AI replied and moved them automatically to this step in the sales pipeline. Qualified lead is somebody who's met all the requirements, but they haven't booked on a sales call. And essentially, we're going to keep reaching out to them by our AI agent. And it's good for the business owner to know that, look, there's 3 people sitting there in the pipeline that are very likely to buy from us. Pick up the phone, give them a call. No answer. People who interacted with the AI agent, they're not replying, and they're not replying to sales calls. Looking for more information, essentially people who've received the information, they're not ready to buy yet, but we will add them to a lead nurture. We have a 17 appointment books with the total opportunity here of almost 12,000 euro. As a business owner myself, those are the only metrics we're going to care about. How many new clients did we get? We see we've already got 7 after 7 days, but more importantly, we've got 17 booked appointments coming down the track, and we should be able to convert a lot of those because they've got it all information, they've spoken to the AI agent, they've booked on the call, they've met our criteria, and it's now up to the sales team to close those. If you're a business owner and you're not leveraging AI in your sales process, you are missing out and you are going to get left behind. Home services, local businesses, everyone is starting to use it, and it's really time to integrate it and start using it in your company now to convert those leads and to get more sales. My contact information is below in the description, but look, most importantly, don't get left behind in this AI revolution.